Welcome back for another Tuesday tabletop night, home edition, video edition, since we are still physical distancing from one another. Hopefully you're enjoying your game safely at home while we're enjoying ours here. Tonight we're going to bring you Cartographers, a role-player tale in which we are each individually going to create our own map on our board, scoring points as we go through the different seasons of the year until at the end of the game, one of us will be determined to be the best map maker in the land. We will be filling in our map using the features and the pattern that are on the cards that we're going to reveal for us to use. So you can see here there's forests and lakes, and it has to be in this kind of T pattern. Now the pattern you can rotate any direction you'd like, so it doesn't have to be the orientation it shows on the card. Here you see we've got plains and more streams. Here you get a river. And on this card you have the option of using one of these two patterns. Should you use this smaller pattern, you will also fill in a gold coin on your coin track, which is worth points every season. Hamlet, so this is your townships, and those are the four features that you can get to use. Additionally, there's a fifth feature, the monsters. Should one of the monster attacks come up as we're revealing cards, we're going to switch boards, and our opponent's going to fill in where the monsters go on our board. If you have empty spaces on your map, they will score next to the monsters. You get negative points for those each round. If this was larger than a two-player game, you would pass your sheet based on the direction of the arrows. The game claims it's from, you can play 2 to 100. I would recommend probably not quite the 100, but since everyone's creating their own individual map, there's certainly not a limit to the number of players you can play at this game. The scoring is going to take place over 4 seasons. In spring, you'll be scoring points for the conditions under A and B, in summer B and C, fall C and D, and then winter A and D. So each one of them score twice during the game. For this one, you'll score a point for each lake that's next to a plains, and conversely each plains that's next to a lake. So your example here is that those would score 3 points for you since they all meet the conditions. In this, you'll score 1 point for each forest space that's next to the edge of the map. In this, you'll score your second largest grouping of villages. And in this one, you'll score 6 points for each column and or row that you manage to complete on your map. You can see on the map that there are some additional spaces. There's mountains with gold coins in them. Should you surround orthogonally the mountains, you'll fill in the next gold coin on your coin track. There are also these really lightly colored in ruin spaces. You cannot cover up a ruin unless a ruin card comes up, in which case you'll then flip over the next card and use that pattern, and one of those spaces has to cover the ruin. So without further ado, we'll shuffle up the cards and get started on spring. We are going to add in one monster attack randomly to the deck, so it may come up.
It may.
It may. Would you like to pick out the random monster attack?
I'll pick our monster.
Pick the monster.
That's the
There you go.
monster.
Okay. We'll just shuffle that in here with the rest of the cards.
All right.
Okay, and we're into spring, so we'll just put that there, move these over a little bit, and we'll flip up the first card. Riftlands. Oh, one thing I forgot. You'll notice up in the corner here, on each card, there's going to be a point value. When you reach equal to or exceed the 8 points that are on your season, that's when the season ends and you'll go to scoring for that season. So the Riftlands is going to allow us to put in 1 square of anything we want.
Which really at this point is pretty pointless.
Really at this
right?
point doesn't mean a whole lot. I think that I'm going to look though towards the end of the scoring and see that if I put a forest on the edge, I can score a point for that.
I'm going to put a field.
So I'm going to fill in this box up here.
I'm going to do that one.
And then I draw the feature in there. For me, forests look like little stick people without arms or legs. So I guess kind of like lollipops. Okay, and so then we both filled in our map. We flip over the next card. Now you can build an orchard, so you can do trees or a plains.
So
or
since
a
I
farm.
want trees along the edge, I could do it up here, right?
Right, and I think I'm going to do quite the same thing. I'm going to put mine up in this corner. That also Covers up that side of the mountain there. And more lollipops. I feel like I should be in the Wizard of Oz and sing the Lollipop Guild song. Yeah. I'm not even sure how that goes. I just know it's in there. Something about a yellow brick road.
No, that's a different song.
Oh, that's a different song.
Let's try that.
So
Okay.
Okay, and now we're at 2 points. You can see we're at 2 points now for the season. Okay, so we flip over another card. And we've got farmland. Now here's one with a coin on it. So we can score, either we can use the larger section and not get the gold coin, or the smaller section and get the gold coin. So the larger section obviously is going to work towards maybe the borderlands at the end where you want to have a lot of spaces filled in. And I'm actually going to do the larger section here.
So you used a big fancy word earlier called
Orthogonal?
yes, which I would not have known what that was, but that means these 4 sides of the mountain, right?
Yeah, so
it's
it means not diagonal.
So it means we don't have to do a whole box around it. It means you just do these 4, right?
Right.
So
Once
you
those
hit all 4 sides.
Once
so
the 4 sides are
I'm
covered.
working on that because the last time we played this, I didn't do that. So
Okay, so and I used the larger space. Did you get your gold coin for that?
no, I didn't. So
Okay.
I just colored in.
Yep, you just colored in. Now I surrounded my mountain there, so I also get a gold coin. So we just color that in right there.
Okay.
And now we're at 3 points for the round. We do have to kind of keep track of that. Okay, there's our ruins. So our next card we're going to have to cover a ruins with. And it's a fishing village. So you can get either the town
But I can
or
work
the
towards
water.
this one, even though it's not going to score this
Right,
time.
it won't
I
score
could do
this
a
time,
big
but you can
4.
work towards it. You do have to,
I have to cover a ruin,
you have to
right?
cover a ruin.
So I could do these 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then I draw little houses in them.
Yeah, you draw little houses. I think I'm going to take the opportunity to make a...
And I draw a house over the ruin, right?
Yep. Is that 3 or 4? It's 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to actually do the water, which looks like my really messy cursive writing. I am an artiste, you can tell. Okay. So now we're up to, what was that? 2, 4, 5. 5 points? Okay, so there's another 1
6,
point, so
another
6 points.
hamlet.
And that's going to be houses.
I'll
Only
do
houses.
another house. I'll probably do another house here, maybe.
Are you doing the small one or the big one? So it's either 3 or 5.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I see how I am.
Yeah, I see how
Okay,
you
so
are.
I'll do the small one because I can do
Okay.
these 3, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good thing I didn't mess that up since I'm doing this in pen.
The game does include 4 pencils,
Which
but
would be better.
to help you see maybe what we're doing. We're trying to use pens, which will be a little darker in there, and then you get another gold coin since you did the
I
small
did.
one. So I did not take gold for that one either. So now what did you say? We're at 3, 4, 5, 6 points.
Yep.
Okay, so this is either this or no. So here's our monster attack. So we're gonna trade sheets,
Okay.
and we're gonna fill in this shape. So 2, missing 2, and another 2, and we're gonna put it anywhere on the map. Now remember, you're gonna get negative points for each empty space next to a monster attack. So in my effort to completely make this rotten, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna show you what I'm doing.
Wow. I was
know.
going to do it next to your thing here. I'm going to do it over here, I think.
Oh, see, but next to the mountain, that space is covered in, so I'm not gonna lose a point for that one.
Oh, you won't?
No,
Why not?
because the mountain's a feature.
But you'll lose a point for all of these.
Yeah, that's true.
And those have ruins next to them. So.
Yep, well, that's what I did to you too.
Okay.
Well, similar.
There you go. And then
Okay.
we're going to draw a little monster.
And then we're going to draw little monster faces, which are going to look like evil smiley faces. Well, actually,
Mine kind of looked like a crown there. I don't know why I did that, but that's okay. Monster face. Okay, there we go. And we're going to do evil eyes. Doing evil eyes on yours.
And then we get our sheets back.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're still at 6 points, so we flip over another card.
That is a smiley face. Nice.
I know. Okay, and then so now we've got a
Ooh,
decision
I could
maker.
do water.
Yep. there's a decision to be made here because I could cover up some spaces next to monsters, or I could put more forests on the border. I know.
It's a big decision, isn't it?
It is kind of
So
rough.
I'm going to put mine next to monsters
some
and
of
do
those?
some next to here. So I'm going to have one water feature next to a farm, which I want, right?
Look at you go. Yeah.
And I'm going to cover up my
I'm
2
gonna
little
do-
monster faces. I don't know if that'll help, but we'll see.
I think I'm going to do this.
Now I need that single one. I may have messed up here, but we'll see.
I'm going to do more lollipops.
Are you going to do lollipops along
I'm
the
going
edge?
to do lollipops, yeah. Because I think scoring points for lollipops is better than losing.
Ooh, maybe I should have gone that way. Oh, that may have been a mistake. Oh well.
Okay, and then now we're
I
up
could
to.
have gone in and done that. Oh well.
Yep, you sure could have.
Oh well.
Now we're at 8 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to score for this season. And this will not, the monster attack won't get shuffled back into the deck. So we're going to set that aside. We will shuffle another random one in for next round. But we're going to score down at our bottom of our sheet, which is a little hard to see. There's an A, and we're going to score 1 point for each field and or water that's next to each other. So I'm going to score 3 points. Because I've got 2 fields and 1 water that are
I
all
have
kind
one,
of adjacent.
right?
Yes,
And that's in the A.
that's in the A.
Okay.
And then B is woods that are next to the edge of the map. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
4.
So I'm gonna score 7 there.
Right.
And then we're gonna score coins for our coin track.
So I have 2.
I've got 1.
I have 2.
And then we're going to score negative points for any empty space next to a monster. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now is it all the way around? So like would the diagonal one count?
Nope. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Okay, and I think that's what I had.
8, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm -1.
So I got a negative 8 there. So I'm at a positive 3 points.
So I got 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah. So -1.
All right. So now spring's over. So we're going to flip over the spring card. Would you like to choose a new monster? And we're going to shuffle that monster in here with the rest of the cards.
Yay.
Okay. So now that we've scored for each season, we're just going to total our season points in the end, and that's our final score.
So if I did all my math right, I got 68 total.
So I've got 28, 30, 47, 57, 63, 66.
And I got 68. So now that we're
So 66 to 68, a close game. We did some things very differently, and it worked out slightly better over across the table here.
very slightly. 2
But-
points worth.
So that's the game Cartographers. We have this at the store. Great game for 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Says up to 100. I probably wouldn't go that high.
Tough with social distancing.
It also provides a second map on the backside that includes some additional obstacles to your building, so you can duplicate your maps. There are multiple different scoring options, and obviously the way that the features come up give the game a lot of replayability, a lot of variety to it. I've enjoyed it the couple times I've played it. It's been a lot of fun. And I think that this is something that if you're looking for a game to play at home while in quarantine, this might be up your alley.
And you don't really
Give
have
it a
to
shot. And you don't really have to draw. And if you haven't seen Cartographers before, I will be bringing it into the store when we all can get back together to play games again. That's Cartographers. Stay safe. Keep gaming. Stay safe. Until next time.